obviously a new roof.
Yeah. Your roof is very sexy. I don't talk about
you.
it. I don't
Thank
talk
you,
about
Joe.
it a lot. I don't want it to be weird.
Good.
I'm constantly
No, just stick to that.
Okay, yeah, I did. I've overstepped, obviously, you know. So
anyway,
I was furiously masturbating on Jacob's roof, and we're doing the show. Great. I'll have to cut this in post.
I'll be honest, I didn't have the script up here. Oh, here we go.
What do we say first?
From fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Pod Therapy. Real people, real problems, and real therapists. You can submit your questions anonymously at podtherapy.net or email us at podtherapyguys@gmail.com. And now, broadcasting from the unnamed studio, that's Jim, that's Whitney, I'm Nick. It's time for some Pod Therapy.
Hot roof talk. Jim almost got scammed, but survived. Check it out, patreon.com/therapy. I got through this one, so pretty happy about it.
Super proud of you for that.
Thank you. Very excited.
How proud of you was your wife that you had not, in fact, completely gotten scammed?
Pride's the wrong word. It's one of those things where you narrowly missed hitting a mailbox with your car, and you're not going to be applauded for that.
The fact that you came that close.
Yeah.
They're
Because
just
like the
mad.
mailbox didn't jump out at you. You were the problem the whole time.
I think we need to have your wife on the show.
Nope.
I think we
That'll
need to
never
talk
happen.
about resizing expectations.
Yes. Yeah. It's funny because in the age of AI, you can I feel like it really helps with a lot of this stuff because you can ask it. And I did. I was like, hey, is this a normal thing? And it's funny because the AI is basically laughing at me. And it was like the very first line is like, do not pay that person. Before anything else, do not purchase this.
Stop. Just in big bold letters.
Yes, there are garage door openers that are
Would you
almost
like me
$2,000.
to freeze your banking accounts?
Yeah.
I am sending help.
I'm already in your phone. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
You
waiting
send a
for-
text to
A
wife.
helicopter is inbound.
Yeah, they go to a human.
A SEAL team is coming.
My phone rang. Whole team of SEALs. Oh, man. Anyway, patreon.com/therapy.
That was a sea lion, I'm telling you. Those are sea lions. You're getting
He's
them
got a
wrong.
good ear for this. We've got some interesting
I
questions
always
today.
say Nick Tangeman, best aquatic ear in the business.
He does.
Yep.
Yeah.
By far. By
His
far.
talents are amazing. He speaks whale, so he
Wow.
knows. He knows what's
Speaks
up.
well.
Whale,
Oh.
yes. He does all those things.
I would definitely do whale sounds if I knew how to do that. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like you can.
There we go.
Yeah.
Jacob's doing great.
There it is.
Nick Tangeman.
You gotta play this in the ocean. See what happens.
Anyway, we've got some great
How
questions
was your concert
today.
last night?
Oh,
Whitney?
yeah. What was the deal with
It
that?
was good. The best part was before the concert. We were in the arts district.
What'd you go see? What concert did you go
We
see?
went-
Quit being vague.
We went to see Zach Brown,
Zach Brown. Where'd
Zach
you go
Brown
see?
band at the-
Where'd you go see Zach Brown?
The Sphere.
The Sphere.
The Sphere, the incredible Sphere.
Is that that's not your first time in the Sphere?
No.
You did Backstreet Boys, didn't you?
I've been a Backstreet Boys,
Okay.
U2,
Yeah.
the postcards from her.
Okay.
This is my fourth. Oh, Wizard
Okay.
of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
That's why she gave you that look. Like,
Yeah.
Jim
First-
isn't listening, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Whitney
Her
plays
snotty
Rent in
roll
the
the
Sphere.
eyes
I
thing?
know.
I didn't notice. Gosh, did she? I didn't notice that at all.
She walks in the front door. They go, BT Dogs.
Yeah.
I hate you
Whitney.
so much.
Welcome back, girl.
No, the show itself was disappointing in my opinion. Mhm.
Not enough visuals?
The visuals looked like, other than some in the beginning, and I posted some of that on my Instagram, those were kind of cool. But as it went on, it was just like you're underwater looking at him swimming around, or like it was just not creative. Not I feel like maybe a student at UNLV in the graphic arts department could have used AI and put that
I feel like
together.
at the Sphere, you really got to hit it out of the park.
You gotta
you've
do
got
well.
world-class tech.
I want to
Better
point
use
out,
it.
just 20 years ago, in 2006, how blown away by this Whitney would have been.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not
And
me.
now-
I'm not impressed.
Just so jaded.
I know.
I am. I was like,
Fucking show business.
You ever-
Anybody can do it.
do you ever see, every once in a while on social media, I'll come across like a video clip of a video game, like a gameplay of a video game that I used to play years ago. And just like at the
Oh my
time, you're just
God.
like, holy shit, this
yes,
is amazing.
like
And
Shrek.
then-
I think about this with
Yeah.
Shrek. I'm like,
Yeah.
that movie was so cool. Now I watched. I'm like, oh,
I had all
painful.
the NHL hockey games growing up. So like NHL 98, you know, and I remember that as being so amazing. And now when I see it, it's laughable.
Yeah.
It
I
is
know.
so
Yeah.
funny
It's
compared to
hard.
They
what
would
we have
run
now.
ads on like Saturday morning cartoons that would definitely imply that by playing those games you would become a better ice skater.
Yeah.
Like in
Wow.
life,
It was
They
that
were so, like it was
realistic.
so realistic. You would be able to like carve because
Yeah.
they would show like clips of like the skaters, not real game animation.
Right.
They would show like
Right.
animated
Yeah.
clips of skaters carving in ice and everything,
Yeah.
and then you'd see the real skate carving and
I remember when Mario came out, not the NES one, but the Super NES, and like that's the one where he had Yoshi and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I just remember being so dazzled. Like there was only one kid in our neighborhood who had an SNES, and he had Mario, and we would all go over there just to watch, and we'd be like, "Wow, this is the future! Like it is so cool." It's
But
like,
no,
yeah,
the best part was before we were at one of like the bars down in the Arts District, and we're sitting there, and this group of like younger people, maybe in their like mid to late 20s, all are kind of trickling in, sitting down at this big table near us. And this one guy, I'm pretty visual, so like once I see something, like I feel like I remember it really well. So this
one guy had
Guy
one
comes in.
testicle hanging
yeah,
out his
yeah,
pants.
yeah.
I remember that.
I'm a very visual person. I have
Because
a
I'm
memory.
very visual. I noticed his
I
one
noticed
testicle.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Other
was
people
looking
wouldn't have
really
caught
hard,
that.
too.
I saw.
He
it.
had like popped it out of his zipper. It was.
Yeah.
Did
He
not
made it
look
very clear.
comfortable.
He was just wearing a very
This.
short kilt.
on one side.
Yeah.
So this guy walks in, I'm like,
Slit.
this kind of looks like this guy from a show I've watched like all the time. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is him. I'm starting to Google. I'm trying to find a good like screenshot of him or whatever, or just picture of him. So I look it up and I show Peter and like our friends we're with. I'm like, do you think this guy waiting in line to like buy his drinks and food, is this him? And they're like, I don't know. And then he walks back. I'm like, that's totally him. And so I'm like having my little starstruck moment for a minute. I'm like, oh my gosh. But I was like, all right, be cool with
I
me.
really
be cool.
hope this guy ends up being like one of the car salesmen.
Oh, I was
on
gonna
TV.
guess Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Is that Peter Dinklage?
No, I don't think it is.
Ian McKellen.
Jim's on the right track.
Yeah,
I'm not
I really
gonna
hope
lie,
it's
Jim's
like
on the right
Bob
track.
Marr or whatever from the fucking car commercials. Like,
Bob
No,
Marsh.
yeah, that guy.
some people may not know this about me, but I am a sucker for reality television.
Are you?
Okay.
And I know this family lived in Vegas when they were
Oh,
filming.
I already know who it is.
Who do you think it is?
Is it the polygamy show?
Yes!
Yep, it's
Oh.
Sister Wives.
Yes!
Or Big Love or whatever it was called.
Sister Wives.
Yeah,
it's one of their
Corey.
kids.
Okay.
It's not. It was
wow.
not Cody. It was
Cody,
not
yeah,
Cody.
I saw Cody once.
It was. Did you?
I saw him
like,
with his
how have
hot
I not
wife.
Seen Cody?
Yeah.
With his-
I did. His hot wife Robin. 'Cause the other ones were not the going out wives.
So,
Those were the
like-
stay home wives.
I know. I was like, I am.
Robin was the
so-
wife you take out to dinner.
Because I'm a bad boy.
That's why I saw Robin. Yeah, she was. So you didn't see Cody. You saw like
No,
a
it
kid.
was one of the kids.
Oh, okay.
and,
She is a hot, supple
There
19-year-old.
it is.
And
Yes.
so I was like, oh my God, I think that's him. But I didn't think I was being super obvious about it. But apparently
Oh no, I'm sure you
Yeah,
weren't.
I'm sure.
I wasn't.
Super smooth.
I wasn't. Anytime he wasn't looking our way anyway. But then the guys had gotten up to go do something, and like I was looking over, and I swear to God, unless he was like waving to someone behind me, he was like sarcastically waving at me. I was like,
Nice.
fuck. He
Oh,
knows.
that's
I was just like,
funny.
and I was just like, ah. And then I looked away. I was like, nope, I bothered him now. I was trying not to be bothered. And here I am.
God.
So I was like, okay, that was
I
fun.
want 10
So-
inches in my mouth.
My coworkers were up in Reno. They were flying back to Vegas, and one of my staff sent me a picture, and it was him with Jeremy Renner.
Oh, okay.
At the-
From the Avengers.
Yeah, Hawkeye at
Hawkeye.
the
Oh my
at the
gosh.
pizza
He
place.
lives in
Oh yeah, he
Tahoe.
lives in
Yeah.
Reno.
He lives
yeah.
in Tahoe, yeah. And so he was flying back, and he was actually going to F1.
Oh, wow.
So he saw him, and he was just getting a pizza at the pizza place or whatever, and so he just walks up to him and is like, "Hey, Mr. Renner, can I get a picture?" He's like, "Yeah, sure."
Wow.
And took a picture real
I'm
quick,
too
and then he
scared
left.
to ever do that.
I know. I was just gonna say, like, that was my thing too. Like, if I saw a celebrity or something, I'm like, okay, cool. I got to see him. That's
Yeah.
it. I'm not gonna bother him. I
Well,
feel really weird.
I
going
used
up
to want
somebody.
to, and I would have had no problem. But I think I've told this story before, where when we were at the airport and like Peter saw a football player there, and the guy just like shut him down so fucking fast. And Peter would never. I like
Yeah.
worked hard to convince him. I'm like, just go. It's just a photo. Like,
Yeah.
it's what
That happened to me.
He's like walking over, I'm watching him, and then I just see Peter stop and turn and come back. I was like, huh. I was like, that's weird.
Tail
He's
between
like,
his legs.
I was like, okay, so now I'm scared
Yeah.
and I don't
I
want to
feel-
bother people. But I'm
Right.
like, part of me though is it's kind of like Pauly Shore, my Pauly Shore story.
Oh, yeah.
If you're out and kind of
That
and
time
this
that
guy,
Whitney fucked Polly Shore
Yeah.
is the story that she's referring
Yeah,
to.
yeah. She means
we're supposed to
polyamorous
tell that
shore.
part.
Yeah.
yeah, more Pauly.
Yeah. She's
Poly
very
shit.
poly with the shore. The entire shore.
But yeah, he's like being loud in the restaurant. I'm like, oh, this guy wants attention.
Yeah, Pauly
so
Shore
I
wants-
felt, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt okay with that.
Yeah.
This guy kind of thought he was kind of like walking around his friends. He's schmoozing. So part of me was like, oh, he's with his friends, so I don't want to bother him. But also, I'm like, he kind of was like, you're a reality TV, not
Right.
even star. I'm like, would you like? I don't know, Jacob. What's your thought? You're around famous people more than me.
I mean, if
What's
you're,
the opinion?
if you're walking around and kind of making a show of yourself, also I'm not convinced that he was sarcastically waving at you, but
Yeah.
hey, maybe he wasn't. Maybe that was just in your head.
Maybe.
But I just want to point that out.
Like really waving, you think? Or
or
like
maybe like waving at someone behind you.
I thought that too. That's why I didn't wave
That's-
back. I was just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. I'm just gonna ignore it.
Right.
Yeah, I got shut down by a celebrity once at the Bellagio, and
Which
I
celebrity?
mean, I don't see celebrities very often, but if I see them, I don't give a fuck. I'm not like I need
Yeah.
to take a picture with fucking Mike Tyson or whatever. Like, there's a lot of celebrities that are just in Vegas. You just walk
Yeah.
past them, you're like, oh shit, that's Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, like a few weeks ago, I literally bumped into, like walked around a corner and ran into, I forget, it was one of the celebrity chefs.
Okay,
Not
Ramsey,
Gordon Ramsay.
Okay. Bobby Flay.
Not Bobby Flay.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got
I
a
know
couple
that
spots
because
in
I
town.
am also a
Yeah.
celebrity chef, and so
Right.
we rub shoulders. No big
Wait,
deal.
so what happened when you?
Oh, I saw Michio Kaku outside the Bellagio, the professor from New York University. He's on documentaries a lot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's
And-
like an astrophysicist or something.
Yeah, he's like a
that.
theoretical
He's
physicist.
this
he's
guy
like-
did not take a picture with you.
What a douche!
He's
I'm like,
Neil
bro,
deGrasse.
you are so lucky that I fucking recognize you.
That's what I
You
was
are
thinking.
only in documentaries.
He
And
is
like-
a less popular Neil deGrasse.
yeah. He's
That's what I was saying. Was like, but not
way
Neil.
less popular.
Like,
Neil
No,
deGrasse
this
Tyson.
is. I mean, at my level of like F-list celebrity, like if someone recognizes me in the wild, I take a moment because I'm like surprised that someone is recognizing
Sure,
me,
it's flattering.
Yeah.
and like I feel like that's where you're at if you've done a documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
It's like, oh, you've seen the documentary.
that
Yeah.
means you're interested. You're
Yeah.
not just like.
Yeah, and I'm obviously not like fanboying over you. You were
Right.
in a documentary. You're a professor at a university. I just want to be like, oh, hello, sir. Like,
You didn't want like a lock of his hair.
well, I did, but
But he
I,
didn't
Did you
ask
ask
for
for a
it.
lock of his hair?
I offered to pay. Okay, like
How
so.
much?
Yeah, not a lot. You
Can
know.
I get your autograph and lick your ear?
Yeah,
And he
Not
shut me
necessarily
down.
in that order.
and it's so funny because I don't think anybody does autographs anymore. You know,
No,
like
no,
that
no.
was
I know.
now we have
Yeah.
cameras, so it's like,
Yeah.
can I just take a picture with you? That's the more
Yeah.
interesting thing to do. So, but yeah, and he just was like, he could not have been ruder, and like,
Really?
yeah, and like,
What'd he say?
Looking back, I feel like the
I kinda like
situation
autograph. I think I'm
contributed.
gonna go back to asking for people's
No,
autographs.
what would-
Yeah,
They don't know how to
carry
write
around a little
cursive if
book.
they're young, though.
Like try to get.
No,
People
I think I want it on scraps.
Oh, okay.
I think I
on a
want it on like
napkin.
whatever scrap piece of paper is around.
I like that. Yeah. He was trying to get into his car, and I was running toward him and asking if I could take a photo. And he's just such a dick. Just
rude.
I'm like getting, I'm trying to pull him back out of the
Also,
car.
look at this
obviously.
cool gun I have.
Yeah, look at this.
I
You
think
like
your
physics.
documentary was about this.
The physics of this pistol are really cool.
Yeah, I'm just paying a little bit of attention to it, but he pepper sprayed me.
Yeah, what a douche. And he's like protecting his wife, and I'm just like, I'm not going to hurt her, man.
No,
like,
no.
What are we doing here? Like, I just
And
want
then
a
the
photo.
judge upheld it.
Yeah, they're just a headache, all these fucking charges.
Yeah,
so.
that was the highlight of my night.
Yeah.
So that's what this ankle monitor is about.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's why they have
That
this
makes
one.
sense, Jim.
All right. Well, yeah. So I will definitely take your advisement to not go see the Zach Brown show.
Don't
I think
do it.
I can just polite pass.
he already had his last one. Was last.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't
I
have to.
do want to go see Metallica at the Sphere, though. I do feel like that is. I hate going to concerts. That is probably the only one that I will
Metallica's
actually go
awesome.
to. So, anyway, we should probably get to work here. We've got some great questions for today's show. And leading off the order. Oh, wait, did we want to talk about New Year's resolutions?
Oh, I was going to ask you guys, what are y'all's opinions on New Year's resolutions? Like, we're still in January. Jacob thought it was the 13th today.
I am
so-
absolutely
I
against
did.
them unless the New Year's resolution is I'm going to sign up for mental fit personal training.
Okay. Yeah, those are the ones you
yeah,
believe in.
Those are the ones that work.
Yeah, that's right.
The rest
Everybody
of them are
fails.
bullshit.
I know. My friends and I were talking about this, and we kind of talked about New Year themes or like words or something.
Okay.
And I kind of liked
Yeah.
that. I liked words like consistency.
I like
or,
that.
Like, I don't know.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that better
Nick's
than a
not on board.
specific
No,
resolution.
I hadn't thought about it. I'm still
Oh,
computing.
okay.
but
I was like,
I like the
like
idea of it.
skeptical. Yeah.
Well, I think that at a minimum, I think a lot of people kind of like cast doubt on the resolutions thing because everybody always breaks them and humans are, they don't follow through, which is fine. I also feel like it's punching down, like just why can't we just have a time of year where we reflect on, okay, what happened over the last 12 months? Let me kind of take a barometer. What is something so what I like to do is when I do kind of like my mental check-in in January, I kind of reflect on what are things I did
check-in.
better in 2025. So I do like as a journal thing.
Okay.
So like I have this whole thing I do in my journal where I'm like, what are things that I did better in 2025? What are things that I want to keep doing? What are things I want to start doing? And what are some things that I really want to be focused on in 2026. So like to me, that's not hard resolutions. It's not like I want to specifically do this one thing. It's more like trends, like you were saying, themes. Like
I want 10 inches in my mouth.
there we go. I want that
That's
many
a
inches.
resolution.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's.
like
I mean,
something. Goals, baby.
I'm proud of you, buddy.
thanks, man.
he
I just yeah. Well, he's proud of me for setting my sights on the 10 inches in my mouth. Which.
I thought it was the father's dick has been in me.
I think he'll be, as successful as he was with his 40 by 40.
Okay. I keep forgetting about that. I keep forgetting that happened. Yeah.
You're still 40.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Like you're currently 40.
Yeah, it was exactly 1 month ago.
He's 1 month
yeah. So, any resolutions? Anybody have any resolutions? So yours is being more consistent. It sounds like.
I feel like that was mine last year. And
Okay.
it's probably just going to be the
Okay.
same one this year.
You know what that is? Consistency.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
Achieved. Check.
Check it off.
All right.
The
now what?
resolution is make
you
a resolution
feel-
list.
Do you feel like you're inconsistent?
I do. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The answer is yes.
All right.
Do you feel like I'm
Do you feel that
No.
consistently?
Well, I
I've
show
never-
up here every week, so that's pretty
You're
good.
honestly
Yeah.
pretty consistent with us.
Yeah.
so-
Consistently a little bit late.
Yeah.
I am. Exactly. See, Jacob knows I was early today.
She was the first one here today.
That's
Yeah,
right.
which is very
It
inconsistent.
was very
See?
consistent.
I need to
Something
get back
I would
to
like
being-
we need to work on.
We would like you to go back to being 15 minutes late.
Yeah. She got here for breakfast.
No, I put these two things on my I don't have 40 things, but my some number of things by 40 list, which is just reading more
Stuff by 40.
Stuff by
There it is.
40. I think I have 20 or 21 so far. But reading and giving blood, those are things that
okay.
I really maybe
Maybe at the same time.
I could do that at the same time.
And if you did it consistently, another check.
I know.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, what is your resolution in 2026? What are you trying to work on?
So I don't typically do New Year's resolutions, but continuing to learn French, I think,
Okay.
is going to be on there. I would love to be able to travel, but I don't think we're welcome anywhere anymore.
Yeah, the American.
Yeah.
Certainly not anywhere that speaks French.
That's-
Yeah,
Yeah,
Laura
we're-
fix that.
Definitely gonna let things simmer down for a little bit before we head out. But no, I like the idea of having just kind of a motto or
Okay.
a mantra.
like Hakuna Matata.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I mean, I want to make fun of that, but I kind of like
It honestly
We
kind
don't
of
hate it.
works.
yeah, it's not.
Is that
I'd
French?
like to. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it is.
I don't know.
There was definitely a part of my brain that goes like, "Oh, what did that mean?" And then I was like, "I just have to go through the rest of the lyrics." I'm like,
Yeah. Just keep singing
I'm
the
gonna,
song.
I'm gonna get to where. It means no worries. There it is. I got it.
I would love to not lose my shit on house projects again. I
Okay.
think that'd
Nah,
be good.
Yeah.
no need for
Yeah.
that.
I think it's cool that you're aspiring for that.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think it could have mixed results, but good. Okay.
What about you, Jacob? Anything?
Oh, I'm just gonna keep on killing it, I suppose.
Yeah. There you
Keep
go.
on keeping on.
Just keep doing the damn thing. I like
Oh,
that. All right.
I'm just floundering right now, but it seems to be working. So I guess I'll just keep on floundering.
That's right. Yeah.
Honestly, here's what I want to do.
Okay.
This is what I want to do, and I think I can do this. So we had this pattern before I got divorced in the last house where it was like weekly cleaning.
Okay.
Sunday was cleaning day.
Okay.
Okay.
And we would clean. And then
We just had a good cleaning day the other day. I like a good cleaning day.
it is
feel
nice.
good. Yeah.
I like the result of a good cleaning day.
Yeah.
We had like a feel good cleaning day too. We are just kind of like
put on
Put some
music?
music.
Yeah, we had some
Yeah.
music playing. And,
Music
but
is the way to do it.
But we often just have music going in the house.
That's
But like, we had music going, but we were just chatting and having a nice time and getting stuff done.
As a
Cute.
renter, I kind of stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I can only make this plate. I can only polish this turd so much.
Yeah.
And this is good. Like it's
Now he's got his
it's-
own turd to polish.
That's right.
Exactly.
My
It's a
turd.
shiny turd.
It's got potential.
It is a good turd. So yeah, no, I think that's what I want to do. Is I
You'll be
want
able
to get back
see your
into
dinner in this turd.
I want to get back into a consistent pattern of house cleaning and maintenance. That's what I want to do.
All right.
I like that. I've seen some people do the 1 month list for their house maintenance.
I've heard
Oh,
of
so
this.
every Yep.
So yeah, those it's like you do one thing a day basically, and
okay.
and in all 30 days you will every month have done all the things.
Mm-hmm.
But like we tried that at one point, and it was actually kind of discouraging because the house never looks good all at once.
That's what I was just thinking. It's
Yeah.
like a little at a time, but it's always a little
there's
bit.
29
messed up.
things wrong and one thing right, you know. And so like every day you just are curing one small
Yeah.
problem, and then everything's always kind of shitty.
Little technical glitch there. We stopped recording. We didn't realize we'd stopped recording. Now we're back at it.
We're back.
We realized it after we had read about 3/4 of the first letter, which we
gold.
giggled our asses off
my gosh.
the entire
Yeah.
letter. So as I now read it for the second time, we will not be enjoying it as much as we did the first time.
No,
but
we're
just
going to
know-
fully reenact it.
We're
we're
gonna
gonna reenact
re-giggle.
it, but
Lots
we
of
were
giggles.
tickled by the clever writing style of our writer here. So, first letter again is dated a therapist. Was I the partner or the client? Happy New Year, Pod Therapy friends. I'm starting off the new year strong this time around by being dumped. Yep, it's another University Jeff relationship letter, and I hope you are wearing your sassy pants and ready to make some what the fuck faces as you read this
Can't
one.
wait.
My
It
pants
might-
are awfully sassy.
Indeed, those were the faces we were making. It might be longer than usual. I'm not sorry for this because writing is actually part of my therapeutic process. We're going to be addressing what I think were my poor boundary skills, her counter-transference maybe, and overall treating me as a client rather than as a partner. As I write this letter, it's been all of 3 days since she dumped me, so I'm both crying from the fresh wound and laughing at some of the absurdity of it all. So, context. I briefly dated a therapist for about 2 months. I'm going to call her that bitch. That bitch had a couple of kids, 12 and 15, who
I'm still genuinely laughing.
It's
at
just
it.
so good. It's just a great
That's
way
not
to-
recreating.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
just-
This
it's
is
still
we're
funny.
still really happy about it. Who I insisted on not meeting until we were well established together for about 4 to 6 months. She also had a custody schedule that would only allow for me to see her 2 to 3 days a week at most. That bitch has not
because
yet
the other
completed.
day she was in custody.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
She's always
right.
in custody. That bitch has not yet completed her clinical hours and is expected to get her license this coming year. So maybe she's a therapist in training. We spend most of our time together just talking about everything and anything. I even had some decks of conversation cards that we started to go through. Conversation flowed like water, and I was so happy. We set down a roadmap of the relationship, like we won't be intimate until we are exclusive, won't be meeting family members until 6 months, moving in is off the table for at least 18 months.
Okay, this is great because you guys always read these letters beforehand, and I don't hear them until we're on the show.
Yeah.
You're getting-
This
So
nice
this is the
that you
first.
actually get
I don't
one.
usually get to hear the information through twice.
Yeah.
When did they lay these ground rules down?
In the beginning. They've only been together for 2 months. So
Right.
they
But like beginning.
I assume started the relationship.
Okay.
They
Within
have,
a
Because
week
this
or
sticks
two?
out to me too. I'm gonna put a pin in that. I'm gonna
Okay.
come back to that
Yeah.
because I think we're on. I think you and I are on the same.
Because
page.
that's a conversation to have
yeah. Yeah.
early in a relationship.
should be discussed. But he says, yeah, that we took moving in together off the table for at least 18 months, and the ultimate
Possible
goal
Jim doesn't understand what I'm confused about with that.
probably
That's all right, we'll
the
stick
ultimate
with
goal is to get married. We also stayed grounded in the present and not forgetting to keep doing the little things. All of this seemed pretty normal at the time, and I felt so emotionally safe, happy, and loved. Overall, there were a couple of things that were off about this looking back. First thing, That bitch kept notes on her phone that I can only describe as a dossier or clinical case file about me. She had written things down that things I initially did not see as a problem, such as my likes, dislikes, birthday, favorite foods, what I got my degrees in.
And now I want to know who else she does this for as well.
Right, it's
All
probably
her friends,
everybody.
new
Right.
friends.
But also what she saw as my red flags, yellow flags, and green flags. Whenever she had problems with things, she would send me very long, like the length of this entire letter, text messages. So there was no confusion about things, and avoid talking about things in person that she saw as emotionally heavy lifting. Now, I understand that a therapist has to hold emotional space for clients, so this job is emotionally taxing. So I was fine trying to meet her part way. It seems like her bandwidth for me, her person, was non-existent though. She told me as much in the breakup text, saying that she saw herself as taking on more of a scaffolding / emotional stabilizer / action lever role rather than a partner one, a role I never asked her to take on. That bitch also told me that I had a pattern of external regulation, and she needed a relationship where, quote, both people are able to self-soothe rather than moving distress between supports to feel okay. Literally, the words that bitch sent me. What the fuck does that mean? And is this even wrong of me to be doing in a relationship? Second, she believed, maybe rightly so, that I had some enmeshment with one of my best friends from grad school, Steph, who I've known now for over 10 years. We helped each other get through school. I helped Steph get over an awful breakup with a partner she had been with for over 4 years. And while we've seen each other naked, we've never been intimate. Ooh.
That's what I did the first time.
That's right. That you just recreated the exact. And even have gone so far as to say that we could never date because it would ruin our friendship. Steph now has a loving husband, a 4-year-old child, and lives halfway across the country in Kansas. I see her maybe once a year and talk to her every few months. Now, that bitch and I decided to make things Facebook official after about 1 month of dating, and Steph requests her as a friend within about 2 hours of our announcement. This sends that bitch into defense mode and raises her hackles as that bitch believes that Steph is somehow over-involved in my love life and is going to cause some kind of wedge between that bitch and me, causing that bitch to tell me I need to put Steph into more of an acquaintance role, essentially ripping her out of my life for the sake of the relationship, as that bitch doesn't want someone who I have seen naked in a close friend role. There it is. That bitch went so far as to help me craft a message to send to Steph in order to put down the boundary. Even though I did not like it, I needed to do it. But
I bet she was real helpful making that message too.
yeah, I'll bet it was perfect. But for the sake of the relationship, I put down the boundary and severely hurt my friend in the process. Thankfully, Steph forgave me, and we have since reconciled. Okay. Never doing that again. Thankfully, I had already gotten set up with a new therapist to work on stuff so I could be a better partner overall, because while that bitch is a therapist, that bitch is not my therapist, and I knew I needed to work through a lot of my stuff with my new therapist rather than talking to her. Now I'm working through the breakup with my therapist as well. So, y'all, I ask you, what the fuck? I am not broken or crazy for needing people to help me feel better, right? Is it not a bad thing to want to have a partner who is supposed to become your best friend and confidant for support, who you can lean on sometimes for support, right? I could provide a lot more context for everything, but that would likely take up a few more pages. I hope this made you all laugh. It definitely did, Jeff, by the way. The first time around, we were cackling. We were having such a good time.
We're like,
with this
everyone
letter.
should do this.
We thought it was great.
Nickname.
Yeah, I know. That needs to be the new writing style because I know I need these right now, or laughs. Hopefully, by the time you all read this, I will be in a better emotional place as I have already lost 10 pounds from not eating due to all the emotional stress. Signed, University Jeff.
My mom always called that the divorce diet. It's
Yeah.
like, damn.
Yeah. Yep.
Jeff, I did say in the first run through, I did point out and make fun of you a little bit, partially because I don't want to just pile on to that bitch, but I did make fun of you a little bit. I don't often have conversations with my friends that I'm not going to have sex with about not having sex with them.
Right.
That it hardly ever comes up. If
Like
there's,
we would never have sex, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Actually,
that'd be crazy if we had sex, right?
I think you're on the wrong side of this. I think we should normalize just completely unprompted going up to friends and being like, hey, I just want you to know we're not going to fuck.
Honestly, no, I think I like where you're going.
Okay.
Let's use a scaling question.
Oh.
Okay, so on a scale of 0 to 10,
Yes.
and we don't even need to discuss it, but 10 is definitely happening.
Yes.
0 is definitely
not.
not.
Do you say it at the
Right.
same time?
Yeah.
So nobody.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to write down a
think
number.
so.
I like that. Yeah.
I'm going to
1,
write
2,
down a
3,
number.
shoot.
I want you to write down a number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because one
I'm
can't
going to give you
influence the
this
other.
number. I'm going to put this number in your bra. Okay. And I want you to look at it later.
And Nick's bra.
Yeah. I want you to just take a look at it when you get a chance.
Nick is a very supportive person.
Yeah. A lot of bra.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think we're on the same page on this. Just but maybe more of a
No.
range. That way it's because we don't want to be black and white this thing. It's not yeses and nos.
not
You know,
never.
Right.
Yeah, it's not never. It's maybe unlikely.
Also, like, are we talking about like, am I sexually attracted to you, or am I willing to have sex with you?
okay, these are two different things.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, am I sexually attracted to you? Maybe not that sexually attracted to you.
Okay.
Am I willing, if push comes to shove, have sex with you?
I will throw you a courtesy bone.
It's a different thing.
Yeah. Are you
Different
having a
thing.
hard day?
Situations.
Yeah. Did you fuck up the audio for a couple of minutes?
Yeah.
All right. You know what? We can make it better.
Did we
can make
realize
your day better.
that maybe just Jacob needs to have sex more?
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, I
You know, maybe
worry.
that's just what needs to happen.
You know, how's
Jim's
this
been
cardio?
asking a lot.
We can help with
Jacob
this.
keeps
Yeah.
turning
Okay.
him down.
So I think that's the message, Jeff, is fuck your friends. I think that's where we were going with that. Yeah, all of them. Because you don't want to also be seen as like picking favorites.
No.
Because that would be super weird. You don't want that.
That's the wedge.
Yeah, that's the wedge in the relationship is you've only selectively fucked some of your friends. So, okay, I want to comment on some of this. I'm interested in what y'all were talking about with the whole
The timeline?
scheduling out the
I was gonna
relationship
ask
thing.
that.
I didn't have a red flag go off in my head. Like, what were you guys concerned
the
about?
thing that stuck out to me was like, I don't often hear like so many rules right away.
Okay.
In a
In
In less than
two-month
2 months.
relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe the first 2 weeks.
Yeah,
We're talking
And so
to the
I
wrong
don't-
person here. We're talking to Jim about talking about marriage too early.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
You're
Yeah.
the wrong audience.
I proposed in 2 weeks.
Jim
after
is
dating.
here to learn.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't understand where you guys are going with this.
Yeah. No, I knew exactly where the disconnect was here.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people that are
Like
when they're-
laying down all those rules and rules is strong, but I just don't know
Yeah.
what else to refer to it as.
Yeah.
It's not a negative. Laying all that down and deciding mutually that the goal is marriage. I mean, the marriage part is kind of the least. None of it bothers me.
Yeah,
I don't know what it
I can
is.
see it. I can see people doing that.
The
in
marriage
this
part
time
is
of
the
day.
part that I'm like the least amount of like, oh, that's different.
Okay.
Well,
Because
I
like the
think-
marriage, I
right?
can see like, oh, this is our mutual goal. Like
Right.
we,
yeah, like
we-
it's the goal
I
of
do
dating.
get that's the part that I'm like, okay, that part clicks with me.
I agree. That makes sense because that, and I think
We are dating with the purpose to like I am out in the world dating, and this is why I'm out in the world dating. I'm not just
Right.
dating to have sex casually with people.
Right.
I'm looking
need
for a
to-
life partner.
Yes, you need to make your purpose clear.
Yes.
Like that, I think is important.
Yes.
I think like early on discussions, at least for me when I was dating, is like, yeah, marriage probably isn't on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That was something that was right out in the open.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes, I know.
I
I'm
thought it was
engaged.
odd to
Yeah.
I was
talk about
gonna
it in
say,
the
I was
job
like, they're
interview.
all listening to
I
this
know.
thinking,
Yeah.
what the hell, Nick?
I feel like if you have
But
kids,
then the other thing too was like, I want you to know that I'm not into. I don't want to have kids.
yeah,
Like that was something that because if you want to have kids and I don't, all right, they're cool.
Obviously.
Then
Yeah.
we don't need
We
to
know.
continue this. This is
yeah, and I feel
gonna
like
work.
if you're dating somebody that does have kids, I think it's very normal for that person to establish with you what the expectations are. Because if they're going to be like, okay, so do I meet your kids? How do you feel about that? And I totally get the mom being like, hey, so just so you know, you are not going to meet my children until we've been together successfely for at least 6 months.
It sounded more like
that was Jeff.
that was the other way.
I feel like Jeff seemed to be supportive of it, but clearly they were on the same page. So like
Right.
they came to an agreement, and then we're not talking about moving in, and like some of those things I think kind of do make sense when you're dating somebody who does have children, right? And like teenagers too. So I can
Yeah.
appreciate that she's letting him know, or they're
That's
agreeing
gonna
up
be an
front.
adjustment, yeah.
I don't want you to feel let down that I didn't move in with you when you're asking me to change 3 humans' lives to do that. So that part didn't weird me out.
And so you think, just to be clear, you think you should do that for people that you're dating with children, and also if you're dating a teenager?
Yeah, if you're okay, yeah. So that's
was
a really
wondering
good
where
twist
this
on
was
this,
going.
because I think
I'm just
teenagers.
saying, you said it. If you just run
Right.
the tape back, you
Yeah.
said this
Yeah.
is also true if you're dating
Okay.
a teenager.
Yeah, so I just don't remember saying that. But I'm very forgetful.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that I'm sure I've said.
Not going to call you a liar.
Yeah.
She is a hot, supple 19-year-old.
Okay, yeah, I guess I did. Yeah, I guess, and you know what? I'm glad we have audio evidence of everything. That'll never come back to bite me ever again.
Nope.
The
Going to run for president.
so a couple of things. Writing a case file about the dude.
That's a little weird.
It's a little much.
Unless she does it for everyone that she knows.
Yeah.
And then it's a little more normal.
But okay.
Then I think it's a
It's
little.
still bizarre either
Then
way.
I think it's normal for her.
Exactly.
I think it's still
exactly.
weird.
Okay, but Whitney, I feel like women do kind of do this. Like maybe they're not properly sitting down and creating a file, but they are calling their friends and basically casing. Like they're casing the dude, and
This
like
is
they're
the
going
part
to
of the
sit there
show
and
where we
discuss
get
it.
Jim's insight, how his brain really works, and how he thinks women really
Well,
are.
Whitney,
so go
call
on.
me a liar. Say no, that's not what girls do at all.
I know you think women case. Okay, what do you think women do, Jim?
You
Describe
guys
this to
have
me.
rounds. So if your girlfriend's
Rounds.
dating a new guy, then you start having these meetings with your girlfriends, and there's a discussion, and you basically have rounds on this new potential boyfriend where we're going through it, and we're having conversations about red flags and green flags. What do you like about him? What's okay? Can I give you some feedback? Like this is a whole deliberative process.
It can be. What I see with a lot of my friends who are dating is that it's hit or miss with that because part of them wants you to like the guy they're dating. You know what I
Okay,
mean? It's a little
sure.
like self-validating.
You don't want too much criticism. This is not open for
But
discussion,
if they've
girls.
been through some shit, then they will start being like in the past, then they'll be like, yeah, can y'all help me vet this because my
Right.
picker's bad.
Okay.
But no, that's weird to me. Maybe it's because as a therapist, yes, I hold a lot of space for clients, but like that means I'm holding space for like all my friends
Right.
I'm meeting. If I'm dating someone, like I'm just gonna pay attention to that. I could kind of see things like I want to write down their birthday, like you don't want to forget those things.
Yeah,
I wanna
some
write
of that
down
does
maybe
make
a favorite
sense.
food so I can be prepared. We're talking less than 2 months.
That already sounds psychotic.
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I mean, in this room, raise your hand if you know your significant other's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh my god! This
Forget
was a discussion we had last night going out because it's a running joke.
I think I do. Yeah.
It's a running joke with this buddy of ours. He's like, I don't know my brother's birthdays. I don't know my parents' birthdays. So his girlfriend of like 5 years now, almost 5 years, is sitting there, and the running joke is that Peter ironically knows her birthday because he needed it for this thing
To
he's
hack
doing.
into her bank account.
Yes, but he like knows her full birthday, but because he's typed it so many times, and to hack into the bank
Yeah,
account.
yeah, of course.
And so, but the guy, his buddy, does not remember.
this guy.
Also, part of it is because it's so close to his ex-wife's birthday.
Oh, nice.
So
Which
no,
gets weird. It's
no.
like within a couple days.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, which one was
My
which?
nephew and my ex-wife, their birthdays are 3 days
there you
apart.
go.
Coincidence?
And so I always
Yes.
like
It
shit.
gets
Which one is
tricky.
which? Yeah.
Right, you constantly confuse your nephew for your ex-wife. That's got to be
Constantly.
really weird at Thanksgiving.
But
What's this bitch doing here?
Uncle Nick.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. How you doing?
How you doing? It's good
so
to
yeah,
see you,
I'm like,
champ.
The
there could
revenge
maybe-
sex is upsetting.
To be fair,
Setting
Oh my god,
for everyone.
Jim is dying.
to
over
be
here.
fair, they have the same beard. Style.
Oh, very
name is
tricky.
Nick.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, that was a side note that just popped up last night. I'm like, how do you not know? You got to know your girlfriend's birthday. I'm sorry. So anyway, I think writing some of these things down is fine. Man, keeping a whole case file of like the red flags, the green flags, the yellow flags, like
also
just
sounds
fucking
exhausting.
exist. Yeah,
Right.
just exist in this relationship. You should be able to trust your instincts
Right.
of like, this feels like it's going well.
and it seems like hyper scrutiny, you know. So
Yeah.
like, I don't have any beef with a person journaling and keeping track of things that they are self dialoguing about. That's fine.
Oh.
But the fact that she was doing this much work on it comes off as like this hyper scrutinous, constantly checking on things, making up all these issues in her head. Like she told him, you have to go
Okay.
back into therapy, and like you can't talk to this girl anymore. It seems like a hyper
Yeah,
controlling
so
person.
when she
Yeah.
said whenever she has problems with things, she would send me a long text message,
Yeah.
but not have the conversation in person. Like, fuck off. No.
Right.
Like, you can even say, hey, this thing bothered me earlier. It's about this. Can we talk later? That still seems a little bit whatever. But if
Yeah.
you really have a problem with something, but I think back, there's so many things. I joke that Peter and I would have never made it if we would have told each other all the shit wrong with us. Like at the beginning, we like look back now and things like moving in together when y'all
Yeah.
were talking about that. Peter moved to Dallas and he goes, I just thought we were going to move in together. He never asked me to move in together. So I did not plan on living with him. And I went and lived like with my grandpa to go to grad school. And he got his own little apartment. We'd been dating like a year. And he's like, oh, I just thought we'd live together. I'm like, why would you? why would you think that? He's like,
Surprise!
well, I was moving here for you. I'm like, well, you didn't ask me. It's
Right.
like, that was brought up just like a couple years ago, and we've been together like 19 years. So it's like, he just told me that. I was like, oh, that was a thing you were thinking? He's like, yeah, but whatever. Like, men just start, I don't understand the world they live in. I'm like, why didn't you ask or just say, hey, I thought this?
SJ and I did at least have that conversation when we moved to San Francisco. We did at least, like, we knew if we were going to live together or not before we got there.
Before you got there. It was
Probably.
like,
Both of us knew definitively whether or not we were living together.
well, and if we had moved somewhere that neither of us knew, like had family, then we would have probably lived together. Just that would have been assumed. But like, yeah, I went back to my hometown. I like could have lived at home. I think he did stay at my mom's house for like 2 weeks while I looked for an apartment, and then who knows what happened then.
Yeah. So, I mean, the fact that she's writing all this down, to me, it just probably created a culture in the relationship where she's sending you these report cards and, you know,
Golly.
kind of like getting into nickels and dimes about it, you know, trying to be clear.
But she told him. She told him
Yeah.
this. This is what she is striving to be.
Right.
She's not striving to
Yeah.
be a partner. She's striving to be a scaffold.
Right. And then she
I've never
complains
striven
about
to
it.
be a scaffold.
You just seem like you're a really controlling person in the
Yes.
relationship, and then you complain that your partner is like coming to you with everything, and then you're like, oh, I feel like you over depend on me, and it's like, well, yeah, you also kind of fucking over direct me, you
Right.
know?
Yes.
So
No, I mean, I do think this is a part of me, honestly. I would truly love to talk to that bitch.
okay,
I would
Yes.
love to have a conversation
that
with
bitch.
that
If you're listening,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
please write
You know
in.
who you
yeah,
are.
you know who
Please
you
write
are.
in.
That
And
bitch
please
is-
know that when I refer to you
Yeah.
as that bitch, I am not doing so derogatorily.
That's right,
I am
yeah.
doing it as an honorific.
That's right. We love that name.
Yeah, so please, that bitch, if you are listening, write in and tell us all about all of this. I want to
Yeah.
know all about the
Spill.
notes. I want to know all about if you take notes on other people. I want to know everything.
Jacob's
With the
curious.
notes.
I am fascinated by that bitch.
I am too. With the dossier thing, like I'm kind of fascinated by that because I see that as being two possible reasons why. One, she's just very controlling and
Yeah.
very like that's just her
Analytical.
Yeah, needs to have all of this information, needs to
Right.
collect it, needs to have it available to review, all that. The other side of this too is I could see this same behavior in somebody who's dated and been hurt.
That's
back-
it. Yeah, that's the hypothesis.
you know that
yeah.
that you know maybe she's gone through this a lot and she's just kind of tired at the and doesn't want to have to go through all this
and
again.
that could
and
also
wants to
be
able to write
the
down
same
this.
thing that started all of this. Like, I don't think I am a good partner. I think
Right.
I'm a
Right.
better scaffold to help other people with their relationships
Yeah.
and all of
Right.
this. And so, like, it sounds like that bitch has got her own things going on. That
Right.
Yeah.
So
and
now-
admittedly, I already say I think they're all very interesting things.
Yeah, I want to talk about Jeff too here because I think that exactly that bitch's boyfriend.
Oh, yeah,
ex-boyfriend. Yeah.
That bitch is ex.
Yeah, you might remember that bitch's ex. So the thing that Jeff says, he says that she called
You
him
mean
out.
that bad habit that she dropped?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, just take the salt in the
Jeff.
wound, Jeff. You know what this is.
You knew what you were doing.
You knew what you were
Jeff.
doing. You've been a therapy producer forever. You fucking know. So no, but like that bitch is accusing Jeff of being externally regulated, and that is a thing. Obviously, she's using therapy talk,
Yeah.
and there isn't. I don't know if that's true, but like that is a problem for some people, and what that I think means in layman's terms is that when a person is distressed or emotional, they cannot sit down and self-regulate, self-soothe, deal with that. They have to go find another person to like be their, fucking emotional support animal and get them through it. And so I can appreciate a girlfriend saying, that is daunting. Whether I'm a therapist or not,
Yeah.
that can be too much, that every time you're going through something, you over rely on me and you're bleeding on me. And that feels like I'm being put upon. It's too much. That's not a crazy argument for somebody to say is bothering them.
I've got some thoughts on this one too.
Okay.
So first off,
Is this going to be about our relationship? Because I feel like you
God,
just...
everything comes back to you,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
No, you were
Jacob
really
talks
quick on the
about
draw.
having sex with
Self-regulate,
people.
okay.
Jim's
Yeah.
like, is this about me? Is this
Yeah.
about me?
Well, it could be. Just you got to check. You don't know.
Okay. No, first off, Jeff,
Joe. His name is Joe.
Thank you.
oh, yeah.
Also, look at me when you talk.
My advice to you on this one, and it's going to be very difficult to do, but it's just data.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. So like when that bitch says that you do this or you look for external regulation or whatever she said, it's data.
Yeah.
And don't look at it. She's not right. She's not wrong. Take all meaning out of it and just look at it as data.
It's a perception.
Look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there may be some truth to that, maybe not, but there's something there that you can learn from, that you can improve on as a human being.
I like that.
Right. Because I feel like my exes may say some terrible shit about me.
They have.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's actually the next letter.
Yeah. We actually have.
They all got
Okay,
together and collectively wrote a
Oh,
letter.
good.
Yeah.
Oh,
All of
good.
Nick's exes.
Wonderful.
I sent them
Wonderful.
a Google form.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a
I
survey.
don't know. The one I hung out with only had nice things to say about Nick.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen her letter.
No, but like there's been some things, but to be able to just like be able to work through the emotional part of it and work through the hurt, and then be able to look at this as like, okay, well, this is this person's perception.
Right.
They got it from someplace.
Right.
So it doesn't, they may not be right about it. They may not be correct, but there was somehow this message got sent.
That's fair.
Is there anything I can learn from this?
Yeah.
And maybe not. Maybe I don't change anything, but maybe I, stay who I am, but there's this other thing that I need to kind of work on. And so I'll work on that, for the
I
next
like that.
person.
Well, and I think you're right, because at the end of the day, that bitch is teaching you about herself more than you.
Right.
If she's leveling this criticism, like, oh my God, you're so externally, regulated, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what you should take away from that is, for her, she doesn't like this much. So I
Yes.
need to dial that down. She's not emotionally available to support me.
Which leads me to point number 2,
Mm-hmm.
which I think 3 out of the 4 of us, well, 4, you're a life coach, Jacob,
Yeah.
can probably relate to, in the sense that, like, as a therapist, you definitely don't want to be your spouse's therapist, your
Right.
significant other's therapist. But I feel like sometimes this is a two-way street where, like, I don't want to be Laura's therapist. That's not healthy. I shouldn't do that. But also, sometimes I feel like maybe I contribute to that
This is something I
relationship
was gonna touch
occurring
Yeah.
inadvertently.
Right.
You because
And
it's hard
stepping
to
in.
just, because I want to be supportive. I want to help out.
Right.
And it's kind of this weird thing where it's kind of like,
It's easy to fall
Those are
into
the
that role
tendencies that
as
I'm
a
able to block
therapist.
out really easily.
as a life coach.
Yeah, I really don't. I these days I honestly don't even feel the compulsion to help out.
Yeah.
No, wow.
SJ will be sobbing
That's
and
radical
crying, and he will walk
radical
right past her.
therapy, yeah.
Just out of the room.
Amazing growth, Jacob.
He just
Yeah,
turns
yeah.
up the volume on the TV.
Uh-huh.
Just,
I look at her. I sit there in silence for about 3 to 5 seconds. I say the word "yep,"
yep.
and then I move on.
Yep.
He gets paid a lot of money to do that.
That's right.
That's
Do
right.
you guys get what I'm saying though? Like where
Yeah.
it's kind of like
Yep.
you inadvertent. It's kind of like you hook them,
Yep.
you bring them in, and then
Yeah.
you're like, "Why are you so close to me?" And then you push back.
Right. Yeah. There can be a lot of yo-yoing, and I think it's also tough because as this is true as therapists, there's not a switch that necessarily flips on. Like we
a
all
way of
notice
being
it.
almost.
Yeah. Like we'll be hanging out and talking, and one of us will start telling a true and important story in our lives, and immediately everybody else starts acting like a therapist for a second, and we all
it's
switch into
hilarious to
therapist
watch it
mode.
happen too.
Yeah, and it's
Because
visible.
they all do
Yeah.
it together.
Yeah.
Jacob's like, yep, over there in the corner.
They all just like flow right into it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah. They all like
Yep.
cross their legs.
Yeah,
they
there
all
it
lean
is.
in a little bit, maybe just to
Yeah.
one side. Probably not, but like they don't do the full lean in with like both elbows
There it
on
is.
both knees, but like maybe a single elbow
There
on
it
one
is.
knee.
Yep. We zip back up our pants,
Right.
Put your dick back in. But no, I mean, like,
Put
there's.
the tweed back on.
That's
Tweed
right.
jacket.
I just immediately pull out the tweet. But like you do this because this is who you are by nature at some point. And so I can appreciate for a therapist, it is tricky to like have this conversation between there's a lot of humans who come to me to get their emotional needs regulated and to talk through things. I do need to be able to do that for you to some extent. But I think a human therapist or not is allowed to say, this is too much for me. I don't like how she did it to Jeff because it
No.
implies that like he's some kind of squish who like doesn't have, a skeleton and he can't handle his own life.
Right.
And I feel like that's unfair.
Yeah.
Like that's too much.
Yeah.
But I can also see her saying, look, your friend Steph, you reach out to her every time you have a bad day or every time you and I have a fight, you have to go talk to your friend, Mike. And like, it's always something. And like, sometimes that bothers me because you also come to me for every single thing. And okay, like I could see there being some feedback here.
Yeah, I think especially her being in training, there definitely was a time, like, again, being in grad school,
Yeah.
like coming home and you're in the thick of it. You're like talking with all these clients about how to be a better therapist with your supervisors and things like that. So it's like it's very structured and very in your face, like to respond to things a certain way, and this is how things are done. So I feel like dating someone in that era, it's really hard to escape being therapized a little bit by your therapist and training partner. Like, I don't know, eventually as they practice longer and learn how to regulate that a little better, it happens less often. They do more of the Jacob style of or
look at you go.
Or honestly, like where you're just like, yeah, you need to go talk to someone else. I love helping, but it's time to seek someone else to lean on for a little bit.
Yeah,
there's a nice way to say that too. I think I know there's taboo around that, like telling your partner to go see a therapist, but you can say it nicely.
Yeah. I've seen a pattern, and maybe there's some truth to this. It might just be anecdotal, but like I think that certain types of people attract a complimenting person, right? And so like you'll see these relationships where one of them is sort of like, I need a leader, I need somebody to like tell me what to do, I need somebody to regulate me, and the other person's kind of bossy, and you're like, that's so interesting you guys found each other, you know? And it's like, well, yeah, I think that kind of works. Like, like the girl boss ends up with the dude who's sort of like, unscheduled and ADHD and bouncing around and this is their thing. Like she provides structure and he's kind of attracted to that. He likes being led and she likes somebody that puts up with that and isn't intimidated by her girl bossness and like it works well. And so like you'll see, and that's just one example, but like you'll see these like complementing relationships where one attracts the other. And I don't know if Jeff is honest with himself and he's like, yeah, if I'm being real, I do tend to seek, connection from others to kind of like self-regulate. That probably does happen a lot. Then, okay, you're probably going to be attracted to a therapist who's like really good at that and who's very naturally accommodating of that. So I don't know, like part of me thinks this didn't have to break up. I feel like it probably need to be recalibrated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
And leaning on your partner, I think University Jeff mentions that at the end, just saying like, I'm not crazy, right? You should want to be with somebody who's your best friend, your confidant for support, all of that. You do, but the lines can get very blurry and it can start shifting one-sided and one person is going to be drained.
Yeah.
And so if they don't feel like you are stable enough to express themselves to give back, when they're struggling, I think that's where a problem can exist as well.
It really sounds to me like that bitch got her own journey happening.
Yeah.
And like maybe this just wasn't the right time for you two crazy kids.
Yeah. And also, is she ready for like a full-blown relationship?
Doesn't sound like it. She got her kids. She's trying to get her training. Like,
I don't know.
She's got a lot on her plate.
And even the way she's like pushing back on somebody who's really trying to like make the emotional investments.
Right.
She's like, oh, it's too much. It's like, okay, then maybe it is too much. Maybe you're not in that headspace because like I'm all in. I think for Jeff, like he's all in and she wasn't having it, so.
Well, it sounds like Jeff's number one priority is that relationship, and that might not be her number one priority right now.
I think that's it. So, Jeff, I'm sorry to hear about this, buddy. Obviously, I think that you've been through it. We've followed your story now for years, and I think you've always given us a little window to see what's going on in relationship land. And, I know that you'll recover from this one, too. And, generally, I think dating therapists is a good idea. But,
I don't know.
I
disagree.
Yeah, we also are just crazy. So
why
there's that
did
too.
we all get into therapy? Usually there's
right, yeah. Therapists get into therapy because we're broken as fuck. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're talking about, oh my God, my therapist is being cheated on.
Oh shit.
I should not know
shit,
this
that
information.
bitch.
What do I do?
Oh, that bitch!
You're listening to Pod Therapy.
Today's episode is brought to you by Robert Brownie Jr., Mintz, Kayla Lansbury, Kevin Chamberlain, Ben Stanley, Adam Hathaway, Dan Martin, Lib, Hey Yo, Andrew Langby, Chad Mag, and Inka LaPrince. And if you'd like to sponsor the show, become a therapy producer at patreon.com/therapy. Trivia this week from Emma. Thank you, Emma, is Florida Man.
Oh.
So it's multiple choice. You'll each get a crack at the answer.
All right.
Here we go. Breakfast of Champions. A Florida man was once arrested for throwing what food item at his girlfriend?
Oh.
Options are a waffle, a burrito, pancake, or a Pop-Tart.
All right. Can I have it?
Go.
I'm going burrito. That's obviously the one you can throw. Because if you're going to get arrested for it, you have to do some damage. If you're throwing a waffle or a pancake, there's not going to be a lot of velocity on that. So I think it's going to be the burrito.
Because it's not on the plate.
You think
it's
you
not
could
like
do-
a pancake on a plate.
Yeah.
Because then it's just throwing a plate that has
plate,
a
yeah,
pancake.
that happens to have pancake on it. If anything, the pancake is cushioning the blow.
That's right.
But I don't know. You think you could do more damage with a burrito than a Pop-Tart?
I feel like you can. Ooh,
I feel like I got a Ninja Star Pop Tart.
I feel like
Yeah.
the Pop-Tart could
shit.
do Ninja Starred. I feel like the burrito might have some substance to it
like
enough
at
that
this
it could
distance
hurt.
that you and I are sitting away from each other right now.
Yeah.
If I had to, if I were going to throw either a burrito or a Pop Tart at
Yeah.
your face right now,
Yeah.
which would you prefer?
So it all comes
Burrito.
down to your modality, though. Like, I need to know how you're going to do it.
Oh,
'Cause-
baseball.
okay. Oh, it's baseball throw?
Overhand
Baseball
throw.
throw.
I fear the
Overhand-
burrito.
overhand
If you're
baseball
overhand baseball, I fear the burrito. If
Really?
you are going to frisbee the Pop-Tart, that is more dangerous.
Now, here's the thing. The other thing you got to think about is the pancake have syrup. Because syrup in the eye.
Oh, okay.
I was
Like-
already gonna go pancake. That was gonna be my vote.
Okay.
If there was an intruder in the house, that's the first thing I do.
Oh,
That's-
Syrup-
yeah,
yeah,
syrup
but
in
You're
the
going.
eye.
You're going
Good
pancake.
point.
I was gonna go
All right, great.
pancake.
I'll do Pop Tart then.
Pancakes are basically the mace of breakfast foods.
It is.
Yeah.
It is Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Good logic behind
Oh,
that,
man.
Jacob.
Okay.
High-speed pursuit.
If it had been a frozen burrito, now
I thought about
that's
that
a
frozen
different thing.
waffle.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
well, any of those frozen.
Yeah.
Right. Kill
It's just a rock.
Jesus.
Yeah, the burrito is a rock.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Just got a hunk of frozen beans here. Just got hit with it.
Some eggs.
What did a Florida man do during a police chase that made national news?
Didn't need.
Stopped to pet a cat.
Oh, yes.
Ordered McDonald's through the drive-through.
Oh,
That's
Definitely
it.
that.
That's
changed into a Batman costume mid-drive.
Oh,
Fuck.
Mine.
shit.
Tossed water balloons at the cops.
Batman
Ooh.
costume.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going with the McDonald's.
I'll go water balloons.
Ordered McDonald's.
Oh,
Nice.
that's the easy one.
That
Come
is-
on.
that is.
Have a little
Yeah.
more class,
It
Florida
felt
man.
right.
Okay, one more. Here we go. Creative weaponry. One Florida man was arrested after attacking his neighbor with what unusual object?
An alligator.
Yeah.
A swordfish.
That's usual.
Oh,
a
I
gar-
want that one.
A garden gnome.
Uh-uh.
A slice of pizza.
Hmm.
Or a coconut.
I'm taking swordfish, and I want 2 points if I get it right.
Yeah.
I feel like alligator's close enough.
I think it's also swordfish, but I will go ahead and do some gamemanship here. I'm going to take the gnome. I feel like the gnome is an
Gnome's
accessible
a good, Gnome's a
weapon.
good guess. Yeah.
You could
gonna
fucking
be-
kill
Damage,
somebody with a
Sure.
garden
know.
gnome.
Well, you could do that with a coconut.
Yeah, I was gonna
too.
say
Sure,
coconuts
coconut's
do
pretty
You ever
damage
good.
tried
people's
to
heads.
open a coconut?
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy
You have to
shit.
have a
like the Crew of
machete.
Zulu down in
Yeah.
New Orleans, they used to, or they still give out coconuts during the parade, but they used to throw them.
Oh, shit.
And like the city had to outlaw it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna
Because
choose
like you
coconut.
just get hurt. Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm coconut.
All right.
You're all wrong. It's a slice of pizza.
Damn it.
Oh.
5 points for Nick.
Wah, wah.
Wow. Okay.
Boo.
Florida man strikes again.
Also, by the way, I'm positive that a Florida man has attacked somebody
With a swordfish.
all of
All of
those
these
items.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we all won that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
We're all winners.
getting points. That's fine. My therapist is being cheated on. I should not know this information.
shit.
What do I do? I am in desperate need of help. I am in a major ethical conundrum. I've been with my therapist for over 4 years. She's incredible, has changed my life in so many ways. She is a truly wonderful human being who has so much time and space for everyone.
You're welcome.
Now some context. You don't want to be the girl in the
know, I
story. So now some context.
Hashtag Peter's fine.
Yeah, Peter's doing
Peter's
great.
doing great.
Peter's saved. So now some context. We'll try to keep it brief. I have a friend who came up in conversation one time, and very casually, my therapist mentioned she knows them too. We'll call the friend P. It was months ago and very casually mentioned. The town I live in is very small, and it was just a passing conversation. My therapist has mentioned very little about her partner, but I know she has children and a little bit about her partner. Recently, I went to go meet my friend P for a drink. P was talking about how his friend, let's call this guy O, and colleague for so many years has really upset him. They've had a major fallout, and O was never a nice person anyway, and just incompetent to work with, and that O has a wife and kids, a wife who really loves him and is a therapist, and it's shameful, as he knows O's secret. He'd been having an affair and nobody knows, but he was planning on leaving his wife and it didn't work out in the end. P mentioned O's full name. It matched. I connected the dots. There's so many other details that verify it's him that I won't disclose in terms of job type and character. I played dumb to P and swiftly moved on. Now, how the hell do I manage this situation? If I act on anything, I'll compromise my whole therapy journey, not to mention her life. If I stay quiet, I'll feel tortured and guilty knowing someone so impactful to me is being betrayed, and I know it in the strangest way possible. Maybe I could talk to another therapist in her same company about this? I have no idea. I'm petrified. Any advice is welcome. Anonymous.
Oh my gosh, my reality TV show brain that I feel like nobody's going to know.
She's just eating popcorn
if
over
anyone watched Jersey Shore back in the day.
Nope.
Nope.
It's so good. There's this like funny, famous letter that the girls are trying to like tell the third girl. There's 3 girls in the house. 2 of them are like, when she went home that night, her boyfriend like did this stuff with this girl at a club. And so they're like, let's write an anonymous letter.
Nice.
So like, Sam, while at bed was the name of the nightclub. They're like, while you went home, Ron did this at bed. It's like this ongoing thing anyway. If you're chronically
That's
online
great.
like me, it's fine. But that's what I think of, like, write you an anonymous letter.
Dude, this is a plot line.
I'm just kidding.
Let me ask you three. Let me ask you through a different question that I think leads us up to all of the writer's questions.
Okay.
But I think we have to answer this question first.
On a scale of 1 to 10, are we
Yes.
having sex?
Can this person's therapy relationship with his therapist reasonably be thought to be able to continue?
I don't think so.
Is this person going to have to get a new therapist no matter what?
Oh.
Like, because if they keep the secret,
Right.
then they're like torn up. I would be.
Yeah.
I'd be hard to like open up when you're like, I just know this thing about you, and I feel, or I know what you're going through, even if it eventually is found out. Like,
Yeah.
or I don't know. I guess
If I was the client and I had this information, I would not say anything, and I would just continue to remind myself that my therapy time is about me and not my therapist.
Right.
I mean, and
but
that's
you build
true.
a relationship with
But
them.
but they're
That's
writing
hard.
in.
But here's the thing. Okay.
They're writing in to ask our thought on it.
But-
and like, so I'm assuming they're not really
They aren't
gonna be
able
able to do that.
Yes. So, because here's the thing. If you bring it up, there's going to be a couple different things that could possibly happen. One, then now it really jeopardizes the relationship because now the therapist feels embarrassed
Yes.
and feels all sorts of feelings. And even worse than knowing that your partner is cheating is being told that your partner's cheating by your client.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
God.
Like that's
No,
That would
assuming
be humiliating.
assume that is how she finds out. Like that's heartbreaking.
terrible. And then here's the other twist. What if therapist already knows?
Right.
And they're working through it or whatever's happening.
yeah.
And then now the client says this, and then now the therapist is in a position of being like,
Well, now you have this huge piece of information
yes,
about
I
me.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now we have to deal with the
Okay.
fact that I already know.
I think I've got like actually my piece of advice on this.
Okay.
And I think it is if you decide that this is something that you just cannot live without telling your therapist about.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're just thinking like I have to divulge this piece of information to them. I think you have to accept the fact that you probably won't continue on with that therapist anymore after that. And so my advice would be go in with that kind of already in mind. The only way that I think, if you're going to have this conversation, I think the only way that you will continue with this therapist going forward is if your therapist turns around and says, I know why you think that. It's not true.
Right.
Please just leave it there. Just know that what you think you know is not true.
Boy.
We're going to, like, it would have to be an answer like that.
It's that's such
But
a
it would, but I mean, that's so outside the realm of reasonable.
yeah.
But like, you're going to go to your therapist. You're going to say, hey, here is what I know. I'm very sorry. And I think because I know this, I think I have to ask you for a referral to a different therapist.
Okay, here's my question though. I kind of jokingly started with that letter, but the reality is, if in a world the therapist finds out about all this without the writer sharing, like, I think the writer could continue. Like, if I were in the writer's shoes, if the therapist just found out, like, Nick's my therapist, I know this about him, I'm like, oh, he doesn't know, do I tell him, do I not? But then somehow, because it sounds like you have mutuals, somehow through mutuals you find out, like, they're going through a split, or like it all gets hashed out.
Yeah.
I think I care less than, I'm like, okay, whew,
Yeah.
they know, and
Yeah.
I can let them deal. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not worried about knowing something they don't, and
Yeah.
I think it can. That's the only way I think this continues.
Of course, then it explodes one
Yeah.
day if therapist finds out that you did know somehow.
Maybe.
I don't know. know.
I feel
I
like
think that therapist would understand you didn't tell me.
I also, though, I think all three of you might be looking at this a little too much as therapists and not
dare
much
you.
as patients.
Well, go
dare
on,
you.
Jacob. Tell me more.
This is something that you're going to know about this person.
Yeah.
This has fundamentally changed the relationship for the patient
Just by
with
knowing
the
it.
therapist.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, to be fair, though, I mean, I know they're trying to throw the therapist a bone, but like,
Well, somebody's already doing that. Oh no, they're not. That's the problem.
yeah,
problem,
someone
yeah.
else is throwing the. But yeah,
Yes.
anyway, they're
Bones are being
throwing
thrown
the
elsewhere.
therapist a bone by. Why do you even know your therapist's like spouse's name?
It's a small town.
It's a
It
small
is.
town.
Yeah.
It'd have to be really small. If it's that small, then yeah,
Finding
just tell
another
them.
therapist is going to be
It'd
tough.
be
Finding
hard
another
too.
therapist is gonna be hard.
Oh, yeah.
If it's that small, honestly, then you just tell them. And I think
Yeah.
you let it like blow up a little bit because it's already fucking blowing up.
Well,
You
okay.
know?
I think that you do have these two options. So I think that Jacob's point is right. You knowing this fundamentally is going to compromise therapy no matter what.
Because the
regardless.
great part of therapy for the patient
Right.
is I get to talk to this rock
Right.
that I don't have to have a personal relationship with.
Yeah.
And then they give me advice and we get to work through
Right.
my issues and I get to do that as though I'm not talking to a real person.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
And
like.
now you know that it's a real person.
So I think you're right about that. The options
You might
where
be able to deal with that just fine.
you might be able to,
Yeah.
but it's going to change things. And I like the options of the anonymous note or the other option the writer said, what if I go to the same clinic, I schedule an appointment with another therapist, this person's colleague, and I talk to them and say, hey, look, I'm here doing some side work because this is what's going on. I know this about your colleague. What now? And burdening the colleague with that to say, okay, now this is your problem, and the colleague could then protect the,
Colleague that has to
client.
be like, oh, we got to get everybody else in
Right,
here. We
right,
gotta
right.
we gotta really get
Staff
everybody's
meeting.
thoughts
Staff
on this.
meeting.
But I could see a world where now the colleague
bad,
goes,
yeah.
okay, I'm going to take care of this. I do feel obligated to tell my coworker this.
Okay.
But I am going to let them know that I learned this information through a reliable source. Here's some of the ways that I can verify that this is true, and then I'll protect your identity. And that way, between the two of you, that's not known.
Okay, so hypothetically,
Yeah,
let's say you're the therapist.
yeah.
I know where this is going. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm your
Who
colleague.
told you?
Yes.
Your client comes to me.
Yes.
Tells me this.
Yeah.
Okay, and you want I
Nick's
tell
not telling
you-
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
and then you're
Nick,
gonna
let's-
want to know.
I'll be the therapist.
Okay.
Okay.
And you are my coworker.
Yes.
And my
I find
patient
out
has
about
come to
this.
you and
Okay.
has told you all about this. So now you're
Yeah.
talking to me.
Okay. So Jacob, bad news. Your wife's cheating on you.
Nick,
found
could you
it.
please knock before walking into my office?
No.
Why aren't you wearing any pants?
See, I knew this was a bad
Butt
idea.
liquor. This is like Dwight
We
and
don't-
Jim. This is Dwight
Why
and
wouldn't
Jim
you
right
at
now.
least knock before coming in? I know the door was cracked a little
Yeah.
bit, but come on.
Yeah, I'm doing my Winnie the Pooh time.
Anyway, what happens here?
But
is then,
all
like,
that person is going to say is, how do
did
you know
find it?
this?
Right.
Yeah, and then if
And
I
like-
say I can't tell you,
That's a short leap.
yes. So
Yeah.
then now we know. Okay, so it was
And
probably,
presumably, therapist also is aware that like you're at least in that same friend group as husband or.
Yeah.
And then like if you found out
Yeah.
that one of your patients knows this about you,
Right.
and didn't come to you to tell you
To
about
another
it,
therapist.
and went to another therapist
Yeah.
to tell you, how would you feel? Would that bother you?
I don't. Bother's too strong of a word. I would understand it's a very fragile situation. I mean, this is a therapist, and I think the
Yeah.
therapist appreciates that,
Yeah.
and like wanted me to know. Like I understand this patient wanted me to know, but also didn't want to be the one. So I would hope that my colleague wouldn't tell me that. So like if you were the colleague and I'm the therapist, I would hope you'd say, "Listen, buddy, I have come to know this truth. I'm not going to go into the details of how, but I've come to know this. I'm telling you this. I can tell you that it's very reliable information. You can choose to believe that or not believe that, look into that or not, but I am completing the circle. So like you
Right.
have been notified now."
So you would want to be notified that way.
I don't know about
Or-
want, but like if
It's-
it's,
it's- that's the way-
if you caused me to learn that and didn't reveal the source, I wouldn't be upset.
Okay, so
if it was
I-
between that method of
think Nick
learning
is
or
trying to
just
tell you
learning
something.
directly from your patient.
Yeah, between the
Here's the
two,
thing.
I would prefer not to learn it from my patient.
Okay.
Because honestly, that's humiliating.
Okay.
And it puts me in this weird position where when you're in the therapist chair, you are genuine, you are real, you are authentic, but you're also working.
Right.
And like now, you are about to see me at my most destroyed.
Yeah.
You are about to see me as if I was just told by a doctor that I'm dying, right? Like the fundamentals of my life are about to come smashing apart, and you're going to bear witness for that. I do not have the ability to protect you from what you're about to see.
Yeah.
That's too
This
much.
person who's paying me $78 an hour to be here shouldn't have to watch me.
Yeah.
do
And so
this.
I would not prefer that.
$78 a half hour.
Yeah.
I was
so
like,
I can't handle that. I wouldn't want that. So I would be grateful if it passed through the colleague and the colleague came to me and said, hey, to save face and protect you from being in a horrible situation with a client, this was passed along to me. I know this. I learned it from. I would hope they don't even tell me they learned it from a client. I would just
Right.
want them to say,
Yeah.
I've come to know that
there
this
you
is
go.
true.
That being
a small
said,
town.
Jim, I wrote this letter. We have
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
If you could keep the mic close to your face.
Yeah,
as we
yeah,
tell you
yeah.
this.
Yeah, we're also going to video this part. Yeah.
I've been
all
videoing,
video.
so.
I was wondering why you guys
There
were
were-
all
there were
pointing
some
your
cameras
phones at me.
involved.
Yeah, this whole letter, it's just been really weird. What's going on,
We have
guys?
some guests. We've come
No,
from-
no. Maury Povich. Oh, my God. So much is happening right now. Yeah, so, I mean, writer,
said
in
yes.
this case, I definitely... Okay, so I think that you have multiple, like, paths. I do not like the path where you tell the therapist directly. I just don't see
Yeah.
that being necessary. The only thing that you feel a moral obligation to is to cause the information to be known.
Yeah.
So if you felt that way, I would want you to either send the anonymous letter or to pass this information to somebody that can then in turn pass it to the therapist. That would be fine. I'm also very comfortable with the writer going the other direction and saying, in the course of life, I may learn all sorts of things about this therapist. Nothing in our relationship obligates me to be the one to tell them things like this. Like, it's not my place. This is not my truth. I believe that this is probably a fact, but it is way too intimate, and it's not my responsibility. There are others in the world who have this information, and it's not my responsibility to notify her. Which, I mean, I guess at that point you're kind of sad because you're thinking, man,
That's
I
all I'd
care
be
about this
thinking
human,
about the
and
whole
this human
time.
may be being hurt or damaged,
Well,
or
naturally shifts that to where I'm
Yeah.
not thinking about the session being about me. It's
it becomes
now
a
about them.
philosophical train problem, right? Where it's like, if I do nothing, she gets hit by the train, but it's not my job to shift this thing. It's not my job to protect her, but like, can I knowingly step out of the way and watch a human I've been
I don't
close
think
to
that's
for
a good
4 years
analogy.
get hit?
I don't think that's a good analogy. This is more like she's been hit by the train and doesn't know it yet. Am I supposed to be the one to tell her?
Yeah.
Because shit's already happened.
And is happening, and I think that
Right.
that matters too, because like
But he
husband,
can't like pull somebody off the
conspiring
train
to
track
leave
is
her.
saving them from danger. Like,
right, but
you're
she
not
doesn't-
saving her from harm.
Husband's conspiring to leave her, and I think that is another train, and so like that's going to be a bad day. That husband's cheating is problem A. Husband fell in love with another person and has been quietly preparing to abandon you.
Yeah.
that's problem B. That's coming. So like I don't
But you're
know.
not going to save this person.
I don't think you're wrong if you choose not to share it, but the question becomes, can you handle that? What's that going
Right.
to do to you? And if your answer is, this is hard for me, this is distracting me, I can't do that, okay, then you probably have to go back to the first door and pass the information along. But I do not want the writer to do that directly. I don't like that
I mean,
at
you
all.
could also, explain, somehow pass that on, but then, have that conversation maybe at some point with the therapist, like, what does this mean for us?
And
Can
then
we
and
continue?
then I mean,
Yeah.
like, so if you're not going to be the one to pass that information on, if you go to and you're not going to continue your therapeutic relationship with your therapist,
Right.
then are you going to go to your therapist and ask for a referral and not tell them why?
in a completely
Right.
unrelated matter,
Yeah.
I need to find a new
Like,
therapist.
Yeah.
hey, you're going to get some news that one of your patients told one of your coworkers at
Yeah.
some point. Don't worry about that right now. I'd like to talk about getting a different therapist.
Right. You know what's interesting though is like
There
in
are
the
only
smallest
so many dots
way
that we can put down without
Yeah.
expecting somebody to connect them.
in the smallest way, I actually relate to this letter a little bit, and it from the angle of pod therapy. So I've had patients who do listen to pod therapy who would not tell me that they listen to pod therapy.
Smart.
And part of it was because there were times on pod therapy that I would reveal something very intimate about my life. My dog died. I'm going through this time. And like usually this isn't the kind of show where any of us are that open about our lives, but they've listened to some Patreon stuff and like they've heard me cry whenever, I had a patient commit suicide. Like I've been pretty real in some of that community. And they've intentionally not let me know that they know that because they didn't want want to put me in a position where I can't just be the therapist and perform as the therapist. And if they revealed to me that they knew all these intimate details about my life because they listened to the show or whatever, they were fearful that that would be a burden upon me that they didn't want to put on me. They just wanted me to show up and do my job. And they know things about me, but they kept it to themselves.
And that's very kind and very
I kind of
admirable.
respect that.
Yeah. That's extremely kind and admirable. My only thought on that would be it would be unfair to ask someone to do that for you.
But if the patient elects to do that, I like that.
I do
think
like
that's
that.
actually really
if
nice.
the patient is able to do that and continue the work with that knowledge,
right,
then that changes that arithmetic for me completely.
Yeah.
But
in this case,
I'm kind of assuming that this patient is not because they're writing into us.
Right.
It sounds like they're having.
If the situation was you know that your therapist, you saw your therapist on a date with somebody that's definitely not her husband, and you're like, oh shit, I think I just discovered that my therapist is dating around or has an open relationship or something like that. That would be a scenario where I'd tell the patient, don't fucking bring it up. Therapy's about you. It's not about this person's intimate life. And by revealing this, you're creating a new tension in this relationship where, like, you don't want that smoke. That just is going to distract.
But this is a case where
you're
the assuming something horrible has yet to occur.
Do I have an obligation to protect
and
a human?
It's going to happen.
Right. Another train is coming.
Like you know this explosion is coming at some point, or you assume that
that's
it is.
why I kind of lean more the other way of like, let them know, but maybe don't tell them directly. I think that's probably the best move. Is everybody on that page, or where are we at with this? Is anybody on just team?
I'm talked into it.
Okay. So nobody's going to talk about just trying to date the therapist because clearly...
I was going to mention that. I was going to be like, this is your opportunity.
This is a move.
You can be the rebound.
Yes. Yes. I mean, really...
Depends on the licensure.
Who hasn't thought about
Are you
dating
really
their
stealing her
therapist?
from her husband?
No, I think we all have.
No. Like, seduce your therapist.
This is the time to get your therapist to unload her kids onto her cheating asshole husband.
Yes.
He can deal with the fucking rugrats.
That's right.
And you and therapist
Can go fuck in the rug.
move beachside.
That's right.
Love
and you're
that.
going to be bitch side.
All right. Yeah, no, I think that's the advice.
I'd like to
Side,
change my
beach
answer.
side.
Yeah, I'd like to change my answer as well. We are now advocating that you seduce and sleep with your therapist since
She's
their
very vulnerable.
relationship-
So
She's
have a great
vulnerable. She's
time.
clearly not
She's
happy.
going to let this happen.
It's gonna happen, and you're not gonna lose any sleep because honestly, her husband's a piece of shit. You
You're
know,
the-
so
you're
like
the superhero here.
you're being a great, yeah, exactly. You're helping. So yes, sleep
Maybe your
with
kids
your
will start calling you dad.
yeah, be great. Sleep with your therapist. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we are wrapping up the show. You are still listening to Pod Therapy.
For some reason.
Today's episode is brought to you by Robert Brownie Jr. Mintz, Kayla Lansbury, Kevin Chamberlain, Ben Stanley, Adam Hathaway, Dan Martin, Lib, Heyo, Andrew Langmead, Chad Mag, and Inkle Prince. Would you like to sponsor the show? You can become a therapy producer at patreon.com/therapy.
We got some more Florida man.
Sure do. Reptile drama. Which animal did Florida man famously throw through a Wendy's drive-through window?
Alligator.
Oh yeah,
Iguana,
it's iguana. I want iguana.
Yeah.
baby alligator,
Oh fuck! Oh no!
turtle,
Oh, turtle.
Also a
Turtle,
solid
that'll go
one.
through a
or a
window.
python.
Oh Jesus!
I don't know if you could throw a python through
I don't
a
think
window.
you can throw.
hard.
That'd be a
Alright.
very slow throw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My instinct wants it.
That's
to
an
be
open window.
Iguana. Yeah, I'm gonna take iguana, but I'm not happy about it.
I mean, all except for turtle. Now that I'm thinking about going through a window,
Yeah.
turtle's the only one that makes sense going through a window.
Because you
So I'm
can
gonna go
baseball
turtle.
pitch the turtle.
Yeah.
That's baby alligator.
I was,
Exactly. Yeah, baby alligator doesn't have a lot of mass to it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say turtle, but I'm gonna go baby alligator.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's baby alligator.
Yes,
Jacob.
finally, I got a point.
myself.
Yeah.
I thought Jacob would have that one.
Talked
for
his
sure.
way out of it, man.
I
get
talked myself right out.
What
of it.
I'm learning is that Louisiana man and Florida man are kinfolk.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
only difference is Louisiana doesn't have that law
To
that
report it.
Florida has,
Yeah, that's
where they
right.
have to like Florida has that sunshine law, so we
That's
hear
right.
about all this stuff.
Yes.
yeah.
Louisiana just doesn't have that law.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Louisiana
have-
knows how to keep its fucking mouth shut.
Yeah. We have the parades aren't the only tradition in Mardi Gras.
That's right. We throw baby alligators.
Learn me some more.
Romantic gestures gone wrong. One Florida man faked a home invasion. Why?
Oh no.
To get out of work, to avoid paying his bar tab, to break up with his girlfriend, or to skip jury duty.
Oh, it's
Well,
jury.
some love gone
Yeah.
wrong. Isn't
Yeah, probably shouldn't have read the title on that
yeah,
one.
I'm just gonna guess girlfriend.
it? Yeah.
He staged a whole break-in so
Like, this
she would
one's
move
easy.
out.
As the
Okay.
first person who said that, I'm taking that point. Thank
That's
you very
fair.
much.
I was
Also,
already
I
been like,
said
this
jury
seems
duty
like a
even
clear
though he
answer.
said all that. So
Yeah, Jim's a good
Yeah.
listener.
I did not catch on.
Jim, not listening.
Police once caught a Florida man riding what animal down the highway?
Alligator.
Alligator, Jacob.
Come on, alligator.
A bear.
An ostrich,
Oh.
a horse, a manatee,
Oh.
in a boat's wake.
Can't be manatee. That's like illegal to touch them or something.
And they're not on land.
Well, why can't?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clearly
That-
illegal. He was
That's-
arrested.
You wouldn't
that's-
you could sit on a manatee
Yeah.
on land.
I'm gonna say.
wouldn't call that
then,
riding it.
And then llama is the fourth one.
Okay.
Ooh.
What was it? Emu, llama, what?
Gotta be
Ostrich,
Gotta be
horse,
ostrich.
manatee, or llama.
Yeah, I also want ostrich.
I'm also curious
I'm
why
gonna guess
horse is
llama.
on the list.
I'm gonna guess llama.
It's there as a decoy.
Horse.
Fuck, he
He
got
was
arrested.
arrested for riding a horse?
He got a DUI.
That's not fair.
Oh wait, no. Two things. He rode a horse onto the highway, which apparently is a crime,
Oh.
and got a DUI.
Oh, the highway.
The
Danger
DUI
to
is
horse.
okay.
bullshit. Unless the horse
We were
is
missing
drunk.
information.
Yeah, I don't.
I was like,
agree.
he's riding a fucking horse.
Yeah.
There was somebody riding a horse outside earlier today.
That happens all the time by my house.
Underwhelming. As we wrap up the show, we want to
It's like in the
you,
old Superman cartoons where they'd be like, a bird, a
You know what?
plane.
Everyone
What were
asks
those
me
first
that.
two people so excited about?
I know. Well, it's like coming from Texas. Everyone's like, you ride a horse to school? I'm like, I see more people riding horses in Vegas than I
yeah.
ever did in Texas.
This is true.
We had kids driving tractors to school.
Oh my
I
God.
bet.
No, we
that.
definitely had kids show up to school with like gun racks and
wow.
guns like in their in the
bed.
rack in the truck because they'd come straight from like they'd go
Hunting in the
deer
morning.
hunting at like 4 a.m. and then come to
And then
school
come to
straight from there.
school.
Yeah.
As we wrap up the show, we want to remind you can sign up at
Louisiana
patreon.com/therapy. You can get the extended show ad-free a day early, as well as enjoy our live chat Discord community and our spontaneous deep dives, interviews, skill shares, research roundups, and rants, as well as our 8-year recorded library of all the extra content, all available on day 1.
Season 2 coming soon.
As soon as you get it, you'll enjoy it. We've got some new friends. Who's new to the Theraparty there, Nick?
We got 2 new Therapods.
Hey.
Welcome to the party, Garrett Godfrey
Nice.
and LC.
Love it. We'd like to thank the benevolent, revered, generous, and flagrantly pro-therapy diehards who love you all so much they give till it hurts. The Therapartner, Pickets. And we want to thank our bosses, the mysterious and shrouded Illuminati members of the fan club that they're producers. Thank you, Jake Schneider, Myra, Robert Brownie Jr. Mint, Smitty Scoop, Richard fucking Macy, Judy Schneider, Malia, Leon Kassab, Carolyn Albert, Kevin Chamberlain, Tess Miller, Dan Martin, Sammy Scoop, Slurpee Kaye, Motherfucker, Ben Stanley Slapping Your Face, Sarah Smith, Adam Hathaway, Byler T, Mike Helm, Oscar Swanrose, Paris, A Sunny Boy, Darren Cunningham, Lib, Sandra McWaffle, Team Monaco, Thunder, Cougar, Falcon Scoop, Heyo, Hannah Marie, Andrew Langmead, Emma, Tonka, and Pony Soprano, Elena, Brady Malachik, Chick Fellatio, Gabriel Adame, Sean Sutherland, Max the Ginger Scoop, Chad Mag, Adam Warren, Inkala Prince, Sam Cohn, Be Gay, Do Crimes, Ellie O'Dare, Not Kira Knightley,
I think
and
that's Keira Knightley.
Amy Aardvark. It's clearly not. It's clearly not.
And if you'd like to hear this episode uncut and unedited,
And why wouldn't you?
and enjoy our
one got
spontaneous
edited.
side projects, go to patreon.com/therapy, and thank you for supporting mental health.
That's all the time we got for this week's session. I want to thank our landlords, SJ and the Ruckus and the Scenic at Koi Pond Studio. And thanks to those of you who contributed to our show today. We really appreciate it. Remember, Pod Therapy isn't something to keep all to yourself. Share it with the world. Tag us on the socials when you do. It's at Pod Therapy Guys on Instagram, Threads, and Twitter, /Pod Therapy on Facebook. And don't forget about all the extra goodies at patreon.com/therapy.
And if you want to submit a question to the show, do so this week because it will go straight to the top of the list because we have no list.
The queue is
We're out
empty.
of questions. Ask anonymously at podtherapy.net. Email us at podtherapyguys@gmail.com or click the link in the episode description to be taken to our anonymous Google form. I'm Nick Tangeman.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jim.
Thanks, and we'll see you for your appointment.
She's that bitch.
I'm that bitch.
That bitch who be brunchin'.
Yep. Bitches be brunching.
Bitches do be brunchin'. Goodbye.
Bye.